Join me today to make arroz con gandules. That's rice and pigeon peas. No, they're not actual pigeons in the peas. It's a rice and beans. It's a Puerto Rican staple. It's absolutely delicious. I'm gonna use my homemade sofrito for this recipe as well. Sofrito's like a base. It's got peppers, onions, cilantro, some vinegar, garlic, salt, pepper, and I'll make that from scratch too. And this will be Ezra's first time tasting it, and we're gonna find out if it's a hit or miss with him. All right, now come shop with us in Publix. Got my list. Let's go.
Which way?
We're going to the veggies. Oh, look. Gerber snacks are on sale. Buy one, get one. We're gonna have to take a detour. Look at that. These cookies that he gets. So, where else are they, BOGO? Here they are. Moon on buy one, get one. Crazy. Publix has them now. Yeah, they don't have them on these.
They don't
big
have
ones.
the ones that we usually grab, right?
They do have size 5, but we usually get like 100, maybe it's 120 pack that we usually get. That's 64 pack, that's the smaller pack we get sometimes. 32. I think we get it for like 30 at Target. Oh my gosh, it's super hot outside. $140 a liter on groceries. But we got some good buy one, get ones. And a lot of vegetables and fruit. That was the most expensive stuff, obviously, because, you know, eating fresh and good isn't what it used to be. So, what can you do? All right, we're going to get in the car. Hi, welcome back. I'm gonna start cooking. It's a little later than I wanted it to be, but we ran into a cilantro dilemma. Both Publixes were out of cilantro, and we had to get it at Walmart. We don't prefer to get our fruits and veggies at Walmart, but we did this time. So I'm about to wash this, because I'm not going to cook unwashed fruits and veggies or meats. So. Alright, so I finished rinsing my cilantro. I actually let it soak for a minute with a drop of vinegar and cool water, and I shake it up. That way if there's any sand or soil, it comes out. And I do 2 more rinses after that. No, maybe 3. Either way, this is probably the cleanest cilantro I've ever had. So, I'm gonna chop it, and I'm going to get it into my Vitamix. I need a new cutting board, but today's not gonna be the day that I get one. So, we've recently got some new knives, super sharp. And they're one of the greatest Amazon purchases I've made in a while. I'm gonna try and remember to post that link up in case anyone is in the market for new knives. So I like to get the stems off. This sofrito recipe is from my sister. And I think she got it from her boyfriend's mom. Also, I'm standing really awkwardly because I'm having a spasm on my side. And if I'm being real, I don't think I drank enough water today. So that's probably got something to do with it. So I just grab bunches and trim what I can. Tonight, Ezra, I'm taking too long because it took us a lot longer outside than we wanted. He might not try the arroz con gandules tonight. He might have to try it tomorrow and just eat chicken tonight, which will be fine because he's a baby that needs sleep. And I would say maybe half of the week or more he's sleeping the whole night, so sometimes it's easier to just pull off the leaves. I might do this temporarily. The pieces I'm throwing out here.
Sure. It's called a letter.
This is probably the longest part about doing this. recipe.
You shouldn't have to tell us what it's about. Just let the piece straight out. Okay.
It's cutting the ends and
Father and mother.
removing the stems.
I suggest you stop. You won't find me. He said I disappeared on Tuesday. But we know.
Ezra's appetite is growing, and I'm really happy about that. He's a very healthy baby, so we're blessed. However, I'm not always anticipating how hungry he is, which makes me feel bad. So I gotta make sure I've got more food ready, not just snacks on hand
Perhaps you're afraid.
at all times.
You must be asking yourself where I am now.
He loves steak and
Where I'm
chicken
ready from. And I can only
and
say,
eggs if they're
where I'm
flavorful.
ready
He doesn't like plain eggs. He likes them with peppers in them. Bless you.
Watching.
This boy's got a good appetite. He's not picky like mama. Except for tortillas. He does not like that.
That was excellent.
Okay, so
Was it?
we're also preparing for our next Disney trip,
I want to know more.
which we're doing the dining plan.
Was planning to continue with it.
And we're taking another Disney trip after that, about a week later, where we're also going to have the dining plan. So the first trip's with my parents, the next trip is with my in-laws. I'm super excited to go both times. Haven't been to Disney with my parents since I was a child, and I got to go with my in-laws this summer. And we always have a great time with both of our parents' sides, so it's going to be nice to experience the holiday season with them at Disney. Okay, he's fine. Sounds like he took a doozy. But this boy's aggressive with his toys and tosses them around, so he's not crying. He's fine.
Serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infections.
So with the dining plan, it can be worth it or not worth it depending on what your eating habits are like. If you're a group, why did I do that? I just threw that back in the bowl. Whatever. If you are a group that likes to sit down and dine, then the dining plan that includes table service would be good for you. If you like quick service, it might be good for you, but it's worth it depending on how much you order and what you eat. So you gotta like look at the prices, weigh the pros and cons. This is something that you should do some research on before getting, because it might not feel like it's worth it for you. And we've done our research, so once we actually go, we'll know if it is worth it or not when we report back. But I've heard different reviews from people about if they find it worth it or not and why. And so the biggest thing is doing your research, knowing where you're going to want to dine, and you need to do your what's it called, reservations if you're having table service. And you need to know what restaurants take the dining plan and how many credits there are. There's some table service restaurants that take 2 credits. And from my research, that is something you're not going to want to use your credits on. You're going to want to pay out of pocket, because it's going to sort of be a waste of that second credit, right? So you really need to know your group and what your dining habits are like. So both times our trips are going to be table service dining. My parents love to eat out, and so do my in-laws, and so do I. So this is going to be nice. We are either getting tired or bored. Okay, so I'm definitely really excited to try the dining plan out and report back on my experience with that to let you know if it's worth it, if the research I've done is accurate, and it'll help you plan your trip better in regards to eating. Something else that's really cool is we're going during the time of the Food and Wine Festival, and those menus have just dropped. I haven't taken a look at them. I just have a guide that was recently updated that I purchased, and the updated version with the new menus is out. So I'm gonna take another look tonight, hopefully I can finish reading it. But there are some spots, not all, that you get a snack. So I should review this dining plan a little better. There's the quick service dining plan, which you get 2 quick service credits per day and 1 snack credit. Now, a snack credit you'll use at a quick service station as well. And snacks can be like a banana, it could be a Uncrustable, it could be French fries. There's different things that the snack credit can be, and I will definitely do a series on what qualifies as what. You do have to remember to always double check and do your due diligence, because things are always changing. So you want to make sure that you have a current understanding of what's going on when you are planning your trip. Disney is not something you should do without planning blindly. There's just so much to do there, and you could have the greatest time ever if you plan quite a bit. And if you don't plan, it kind of gets difficult, especially with making reservations and stuff like that. Reservations for your lightning lane, reservations for dining, table service. So it's good to do some research before you go, so you know what to expect and you can make the most out of your trip. Let's be real, Disney's not a cheap thing to do. Even when you get a deal and discounts, it's still a good bit of money. So, but you won't be seeing me go to Disney without a deal and a discount. I will be very honest with you right there. That's probably never gonna happen, even if we were extremely wealthy. I just don't believe in paying full price for something when it's possible to get it for less. That's my thought process there. Why would you want to pay more when you can pay less? So, okay, so that was quick service, right? That you get 2 quick service meals and a snack per day. Now, your amount of credits you get is about how many nights you're staying, okay? So we're staying 6 nights on the first time we go. And the 7th day is when we leave. So basically, we get 6, not basically, we do get 6 dining credit. 6 days worth of dining credits. Now, once you have your credits, which they're good from the day you check in until midnight of the day, I could have done it by accident, you're leaving, you can use your credits how you see fit. So if there's a day where you want to do 2 quick service credits and no table service credits, you can do that. And vice versa, you can do 2 table service credits and no quick service that day. You can use no snacks some of the days you're going, or you could do a day full of only getting snacks. It's really up to you. The important thing you want to do is, because you're not going to get reimbursed if you don't use all your credits, is use all your credits. It's better to use them all up sooner and have to pay for food out of pocket later on, right? Than it is to not use your credits, because then you wasted your money and the dining plan is not worth it. Another thing is, it gives an all-inclusive feel. People like that, to feel like they don't have to worry about money. So like, you know, it's not actually all inclusive, but you worry less about what you're paying out of pocket at the time. You just want to keep cash on hand for tipping. You want to tip proper, right? These people are serving you, very busy during the day, and the cast members are really nice and friendly. They've been, at least every time we've gone. I personally don't really hear much about cast members not being friendly and polite and helpful. So, doesn't mean it never happens, it just means I haven't run into that issue myself or heard much about that. So the other option for the dining plan is that you get one table service, one quick service, and a snack. That's the dining plan that we're doing both times that we go. So quick service is, I don't know if I specified this just before, you'll have to forgive me, mom brain is so real for me. Quick service is where you can do a mobile order, or you can order at the counter, right? And then you take it and you go sit down. You're not getting a server, and it's more like fast food options and stuff like that. Table service is getting served by a server. Now they'll have options like buffet, all you care to eat, which is similar to a buffet. No, I'm sorry, it's called all you care to enjoy, where they will bring you, you order like a certain skillet or platter, and when you want refills of a certain item that's on there or everything, you tell them, and the server will bring it to you. Now, a reason you should obviously still be tipping even when doing buffet style is they're gonna bring you your drinks and stuff and clear your table for you when you need them to, so, you know, keep that in mind. But yeah, so quick service and table service. And that one is gonna be a more expensive option for the dining plan. So you have to make reservations. Well, you don't have to, but it's going to be highly recommended that you do make your reservations, because your favorite spots that you're interested in going to might not be available if you don't make reservations. And whether you do a dining plan or not, reservations when you're staying at the hotel, or I think even if you're not staying at the hotel, I could be wrong, but when you're staying at a Disney resort, you can make your dining reservations 60 days in advance, and that includes the other days that you're there, so for up to 10 days. Meaning if you're going on, I don't know, like September 1st, right? 30 days before, no, 60 days before to make your reservations would be what? Like July, I'm trying to think what days have 31. July 2nd, I think. So whatever days come after, though, you don't have to every single day wake up early to get your reservations going. And I want to say it's 6 a.m. Eastern that you are able to make those reservations on the day that is the 60 days out from your trip. So you, gosh, I'm losing train of thought. You go ahead and make your reservations early on so you can go where you prefer to go instead of having to make, I don't know, last minute choices and stuff like that. So because I live in Central Time, I'm going to have to be up before 5 a.m. and make my reservations early. I'll probably do another video about how you can prepare a package for yourself online. Of course, you can always call into Disney and have one of their cast members help you do this. Or if you're like me and you like to do things yourself and kind of play around and compare prices for different resorts and different times, you can do it yourself. It's super, to me, it's user friendly. Now there's also some options that people use, travel agents, and apparently their services are free with some of these companies. So you have to do what works best for you and makes your trip the best. Because if you're gonna shell out the kind of money that Disney cost, you wanna make sure you can enjoy it. So, some of the restaurants we're interested in going to are Steakhouse 71. We are planning to do a breakfast there and a dinner there on separate days. Where else? We're gonna do Morimoto again. That is at Disney Springs. It was delicious. We loved it when we went with our in-laws in June. And we are thinking that we are gonna go again one of the days that we are there, and go for lunch, because this is an example of dining credits being 1 or 2. For lunchtime at this location, your dining credits will be 1 for lunchtime used. But if you go for dinner time, you're paying 2 dining credits. Now, the menu, I think, is exactly the same. I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. Do your research, or I'll get back to you on it. But to me, why would I spend the 2 credits when I could get to go to another restaurant, right? So yeah, Morimoto is another table service spot we're going to be going to. We are doing Chef Mickey's also. Chef Mickey's has character dining. That one we're going to do breakfast at, and it is a buffet. Or is it all you care to enjoy? I think it's buffet. I'm going to have to look and get back to you guys on that. Maybe I'll put it in the description if I can remember that. If not, I'll just make another video going over. I'll definitely be making another video going over which dining spots are 1 credit and 2 credits, and what kind of service you'll be getting at each spot. So yes, they have character dining, and you'll get the Fab Five there, right? That'll be Mickey, Pluto, Goofy, Donald. Mickey, Goofy, Pluto, Donald. Who's number 5 that I'm missing? Is it Minnie? I don't think it's Minnie. Wow, well, something else I'm gonna have to just put in the comments. But Ezra loves Mickey, and he loves Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, so I'm really excited for him to experience that. He enjoyed our trip in June, even though he had just turned 1. He was not afraid of the characters. He was like really intrigued and amazed. So I'm thinking character dining is going to be so fun for him, and I really hope it is. Because the alternative would be really not good. What's another spot? Oh, okay. So our intentions are also to do a monorail crawl. Now what that is, there are several really cool bars that are bars and lounges, I should say, that are, well, the lounge has a bar, are along the monorail, and one of them is Grand Floridian, I think. The other one, maybe 2 of them, are at the Contemporary, and one at the Polynesian. So there's 4 that we're going to check out, and I've got to review what are the most recommended drinks there to figure out what I'm going to be trying. So I know some of us will probably be getting mocktails at some of these spots, and some of us are going to be trying liquor, mixed drinks, being me. So I'm really excited. I don't drink a ton, but I definitely hadn't really tried many different things since I've had Ezra, because I was nursing, still am, but I likely will be done at that point. We're weaning, and we've cut down our times daily that we nurse, which is great. But I'm kind of proud of myself for how long I made it to the 12-year not 12 years, that's never happening, the 12-month mark. And he's a thriving baby, so that's really all I could ask for, is that he's doing well. But I'm excited to try different things, highly recommended stuff. And sometimes I'm not interested in what's recommended because it's not really something that would be good on my taste buds. So I might have my own recommendations of things to try. I will say though, in the last like 5 to 10 years, I've become a lot more adventurous about what I'm willing to try. I think my husband's helped a lot with that. I would say he's more adventurous with the food, Mike, than I am. But there's certain things that are non-negotiables that he's not eating it either. Like, so it's funny, we both have our things that we will give a chance to and that we won't give a chance to. Okay, so what else are we trying? I think I said 3 restaurants so far for the dining plan. I said Steakhouse 71. We're going twice to that though, so that counts as 2. Chef Mickey's, Morimoto. We're trying Tony's. I've heard mixed reviews about that. Some people don't love it. It's just, or not that they don't love it, it's just not something that they rave about, but other people have great things to say about it. So, based on what is on their menu, that definitely looks like something that my family would like. What else? Aside from Tony's, oh, the San Angel Inn at Epcot. There's the Hacienda, and then there's another one. I forgot what it is. But we're going to the Inn one, so that's the one that's like it's by the Coco ride. If that means anything to anybody, if you know what that is. Hold on one sec, guys. I've got to get more. This is smaller. I'm going to go ahead and throw in a red pepper too. Alright, so this will get chopped up next, but I'm going to start to blend this first. It is imperative that I'm careful. We kind of blew this out recently. Some vinegar. Pour some in here. Since this is a triple batch, I'm putting a little more than what I would need. So, you're not going to see my Vitamix, but actually, let me do you the favor. No need to hear it. Okay, back. Blended that. It's pretty. I'll just show you guys. Chopped up. It's not fully liquefied yet. I've got to add my onions, my peppers. I think first I'm going to do my red bell pepper. So, I got a text, but I can't see who that was. Oh, it's my bestie. Okay. Well, I'll get back to her in a few. Alright, I'm not going to save that. That's not necessary. I'll switch to my garbage pail for now. Because I want to be really careful with my Vitamix to make sure that it works well. I ordinarily wouldn't chop my stuff up this much. I'd just put in huge chunks, but I'm really not trying to not have a working Vitamix. So, I just think we like burnt out the motor one day by putting too much stuff in it that was too hard to do, so. Perfect. Ezra loves peppers, especially sweet ones, and I love that for him. I didn't really start to like peppers until I was like a lot older, maybe in my 20s. He's extremely picky and like different textures, too many flavors. But for the most part, I've grown out of that. Sounds like my boys just got out of the playroom. How was playtime, guys?
I kept trying to bite the bicycle.
Bite the bicycle?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
There you go.
I think you should hook the boy up with some chicken right now. The Vitamix is working.
Yeah, I told you it was.
I'm being very careful though and chopping everything really well. Oh, buddy, it's okay. You're about to eat in a few minutes. But it's also about to be bedtime, so he might just be really tired. Get a plate and go on outside. What are you looking for there?
Knife is what I was ultimately looking for.
I don't know anyone that keeps knives in their cabinet. So yeah, bust your chop for that. Perfect, coming along wonderfully. Alright, and while you give him some of that, I'm just gonna warm up milk. Okay, added my peppers. Now I'm going to peel a cup of onion. So the first and second layer of an onion after you peel the skin squeeze me out. I always take it off. So, and I rinse it too because I don't want the skin. This guy's loving his chicken over there. Wow, yeah, be careful with that because he's a grabber. helmet cutting board. That's what I want. Germs from the skin interfering. Okay. I feel like I'm still missing a restaurant. I don't think I said 6 service credits. Alright, get my Vitamix back over here. Boom. Up more. I'm laughing because I heard a Walt in my mind telling you, be careful with your fingers, mommy. Because of that, I'm terrified right now. Can you remember anything else we would put in it?
Nope, I definitely don't. Told me, don't get cut, mommy. Oh, look what I did. So, I'm going to continue the rest of this in silence for a few minutes, and I'm not using that knife because I'm terrified. This hurts, and there was so much blood. Okay. My finger really hurts. It's taking me a minute to peel this garlic and then rinse it off. So let me not waste our time. This is taking so freaking long. My finger hurts so bad. Mike's got Ezra in the bedroom. He should be falling asleep soon. Fingers like throbbing in waves. I guess he's not asleep. He's still shaking. Also, ooh, I need to open the tomato sauce. Hey, Mike. Am I able to trouble you to open the tomato sauce for me? I have a regular opener. Okay. Obviously, this needs to be on medium heat because this has been heating. I'm going to pull it off the heat for a second so I don't burn the oil. Sorry, I'm having flashbacks. Tomato sauce is red. Made a scary sound. Also, would you cut that music off so I don't fall asleep? Okay, done with the can opener. And we're almost done with all the cans. So I'm doing a double recipe. This probably requires 6 teaspoons, tablespoons. I'm eyeballing it. So first thing that's happening is I'm going to throw my garlic in there and my sofrito mix. Also going to use the rest of this knife. Said I wasn't using a knife again, I had lied. Guys, this is why you don't rush chopping things. Because you hurt yourself like a fool. Okay, I got to bump the heat up to medium, so I'm going to put that at like a 3.5. Now there's some seasonings I'm going to be 86ing from this because I just know I don't need it. Garlic smells great. I also didn't put salt or pepper, which I'm supposed to, in my sofrito mix. Oops, I cussed. Anyway. Let's put this off the heat. I don't want my garlic to burn. So let's see a big glob of sofrito mix that could get blended back in there. It's probably been 2 years or more since I last made this. What I love about sofrito mix is you kind of could put it in whatever you want, and it's great because Ezra will be getting his vegetables and flavor, of course. It's got plenty of vinegar already. Needs a good bit of salt and pepper. And of course I'll add more as I cook. Okay. Eyeball. Plenty. I am not anticipating this turning red anymore. Okay, so while I wait for that to cook up a bit, before I add any sauce, I want to smell it. I think it needs like 3 minutes. It smells really good so far. So yeah, the idea is to freeze these. This used to be for Ezra's baby food. I think I see a fiber. Good. So used to be for his baby food to freeze, and then you could like defrost it, thaw it, whatever. Oops, a little too much. But anyway, I like to have, this is not the way that's gonna work. Frozen sofrito cubes to use. It keeps it lasting longer. It's a little bit time consuming, as you saw today, to make. I do prefer it fresh, but if I'm gonna have it like salsa verde, then I'll make it fresh. I don't really like to freeze that. But for like this, I can handle. I definitely think I was actually supposed to put my seasonings in, like the sazon, but I'll do that now. As long as it like all cooks together and gets the flavors, that's what matters. Now I know koi is not good. A lot of stuff in here that you don't need to be eating, but where I live, this is kind of all I had access to at the time, and I needed to be able to do this quick. I could make it myself, sazon seasoning, but I have to do research and again have the time. So this is what it is for now. And I ate goya my whole life, so ooh, okay. Smells so good. Yeah, I'm supposed to put adobo in here, and I don't really know the measurements, so I'm just going with it, the flow. It's probably good. It smells right. Some salt. A little bit of that, not too much. Another stir. It's crazy, this does not even look like there was ever any green in here. It's like a dark red brown. So now, because I'm using tomato sauce, it's gonna get even redder. I think I should put my olives and capers in here too. Well, I did. Should use olives and capers. My mom doesn't like capers. I don't know why, but I know she doesn't. But even though I never ate the capers, I just picked them out. Okay, now I'm gonna use them. Or maybe better. I don't know. It made it taste good, I think, so I'm just gonna go with how I remember Walt making it. Or what I remember what she put into it. And Mike doesn't like olives, and that's okay. Right? You don't like olives?
Not the biggest fan of them, but
That's okay. You can eat around it. It's hit or miss with olives for Ezra. We don't know yet which one of us he'll take after with that. Okay, based on the flavor alone, I know this is gonna be great. I mean, the flavor, the smell. The smell of the flavors. It's gonna get refrigerated after. Interested in what capers taste like uncooked, but I'm not going to find out today. Okay, I think that's plenty of capers. Let's put this away. I'm gonna put 5 cups of water. I'm gonna make it hot water when I do it. Okay, so I keep talking about my abuela in past tense because she's passed on. I miss her a lot. It's gonna be 6 years in November that she's gone, but it is fun to be able to make her food. Not so fun to imagine her telling me not to cut my fingers. I like to cut myself after. Obviously, that was just a strange coincidence. I know that. I'm not gonna do that. Okay. So when I get to this in a second, I'm gonna continue putting the sofrito to freeze shortly. But I'm gonna take the temperature up on this. Used all the seasonings I'm gonna use for the wetness there, for the water. And I'm gonna put beans in here now. It's a funny thing, when my sister was a little kid, she used to pick the beans out and eat the beans. Any beans in general. She just loves beans. She still loves beans. And my son seems to do that too. When he's got rice and beans, he eats the beans first. I think it's so funny. I absolutely love seeing what he is into that he gets from other family members. Is this not even the lid? No, it is the lid. Okay. I'm just keep it covered for a minute. I'm gonna lower it. Now I need to get 5 cups of water in there, and I want to boil it first. My kettle. I like how that comes out better. Put jalapenos in them. I should have lime. I forgot to buy lime. It's my bad. But I'm sure it'll be great without it. Okay. This is sealed good enough for my liking. No, it's not. I just thought that it actually seals better.
cooking. Imagine it's soft. Okay, so next, I'm just going to stir again and crank up the heat a little bit more. So you put rice in next. As far as cups of rice go, I want to say it's 2 cups of rice for one batch. I'm gonna have to look, which means I'm gonna have to reach over here and pause. Okay, so 4 cups of rice. Here we go. Yes, it's gonna be rinsed. Okay, so where I have the like salsa verde thing, Mike has this Brazilian recipe of something spicy, but there's olive oil in it, and I also think vinegar. There's like different peppers in it and garlic, and it like sits for a few months before you use it. It's really good, but literally just dipping a fork before you use it, and like dipping your fork into the oil before you use it, and then just mixing it in your food makes it hot enough. Like, it's so spicy, it's so good then. Put this rice into the mixture. So yeah, there's recipes that say to add bay leaf to this and like all those other seasonings, but I'm not doing that. It's just not what I remember my abuela doing, because she didn't. So keeping it to what stuff she would put in there. Now, if you don't have time to make your own sofrito, there's one that Goya makes, but it's red because it has tomato in it. And it's just as good. I've used it before. But once you learn to make your own sofrito, it just doesn't, it's just not the same. So I cook this on a higher heat and I let the rice kind of absorb everything. The sauce and seasoning. Oh my god, that smells so good. Before I add water. Now, once there's water, you don't want to overmix because I think it makes your rice smushy. Right now, I'm just trying to make sure that sauce gets all in the dry parts.
Okay, let's see if I said 6 dining credits already, if I'm remembering correctly. Morimoto, Steakhouse 71 twice, Chef Mickey's, San Angel Inn. Okay, I said 5. That means I'm missing one. Oh, and Tony's. Okay, 6. 6 dining credits. Now you don't need to make reservations for quick service. Some of them are mobile orders, some of them are not. So just figure that out as you go. And the cool thing about quick service is everyone in your group might want different things. So everyone can choose along the way what they want in between rides and walking and stuff. Now with quick service, there are mostly spots that are outside, but there are some spots that are indoors, like Epcot has. What's it called? Sun something. Why can't I remember? Okay, this is ready for the water and it looks amazing so far. The color is on par. Oops, gonna boil that water just a little bit more. Stir this up. Guys, I think my abuela will be proud today so far. And not for nothing, she used to cut her fingers all the time. She wasn't as dramatic as I was when it happened. Oh, I was gonna pass out. Yeah, I was burning my finger. Yeah, that's hot enough for sure. Looks like we're gonna have rice for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the next 2 days. Okay. Now I'm gonna give it a gentle mix, just to make sure. And you need to have it boil and for the water to kind of go down and be absorbed like for 5 minutes before you put the cover on and let it do its magic on low heat. Sunrise, that's the name of the place. That's quick service in Epcot, and it's air conditioned and it's kind of like a food court. There's different options there. In the Food and Wine Festival, there are little like huts, or not huts, that's not the word I'm looking for. Concessions that you get to go up to each one and choose what you want to have. There are a variety of different things. And the coolest thing about Epcot is like it's about all the different countries, so there are so many different things to get to try to eat there. And I'm all for it. I kind of know the snacks I want to do already. Okay, let's see how much this can absorb without me continuing to overmix. So I have to get ready to do my jalapeno soon. And I think I'm gonna add more vinegar to that to make it less thick. Kind of smells like my Aunt Blanca's store. They had like a whole, I guess it was kind of what you would call like a deli store. They sold different things and they had a spot for cooking in the back, and it always smelled really good. And anytime I went as a kid, she would let me pick what whatever I wanted. So I'd grab animal crackers and all sorts of things. Wow, it smells so good. I don't want it to burn, so I'm going to start to lower this heat a little bit. I really need to see the water absorb. Well, the rice absorb the water. Oh yeah, it's happening. Nice. So once you can kind of see the rice and all the ingredients peer through and it's like shallow amount of water on top, that's when you know you can put the lid on. And I think I'm also going to put foil with the lid to really lock in that steam. Oh no. Something I don't like, and that's getting burned on top of getting cut. Yes. I am probably a weenie hut junior when it comes to this stuff. Actually, the last time I went to Epcot, my abuela was still with us, and I think it was her first time at Disney. We had a great time with her. So, it'll be bittersweet going back without her around, but we'll just get to remember the fun we had. Oh, that's like perfect. Better sound back there. Kind of startled. Alright. So now I'm going to pause this. I'll be right back. Cut my jalapenos. Somewhat cored, some of them. I'm going to blend them for my salsa verde. Okay, salsa verde is done. Just need to clean it up a little bit in here. Been a great evening, but also a nervous making evening for me. Right now, switch it again. Try it with some chips. See how good it is. See if it needs more salt, more pepper. I added more vinegar. I did the jalapeno. So I plan on putting this on my rice and beans and on my chicken. I'll deal with the container later. Right now I'm starving. Taste test. I don't think it needs anything. Although it's hot. This would go great on top of nachos. Anything. This is an appetizer. Okay. Making sure not to overdo it. We didn't bring the Cokes in, did we?
Oh, actually, I did.
I'm sorry, you did bring them in. I see them now. Okay. It's it's nice and hot. So we start putting things up and away. I think tomorrow we'll have steak. With this rice and beans. And I'll get moved into the dishwasher once we're done. So, I feel like I'm coming down from like such a great panic, which I am. Alright. So what I'm looking forward to are trips. Oh, I should start with this. Obviously, I'm looking forward to the trips, right? But our annual pass, we became Pixie pass holders. That is the lowest tier of your annual passes. So there's blackout dates, and there is no weekends that you can go. So we can go Monday through Friday when it's not peak or blackout dates, which is when we're going. But it includes park hopper. So that's like a really cool plus right there. It does not include lightning lanes, but that's not a big deal. If you go during a non-peak time, you can get your lightning lane at like $20, $30. We added a lightning lane the last day we went to Disney last time, because we didn't expect to stay, the whole next night. But it was like $70 to add it on, which is no big, was no big deal at the time. We were able to do that. And the tricky thing is though, you don't get to, if you get lightning lanes last minute, you don't get to reserve all the rides you might want to do. You might be booked up. So, yeah, I don't really know how they do their system exactly with that, like what they calculate and how many people can get lightning lane for which ride, when and where. But you just need to know that you want to schedule that in advance. So if you're staying at the hotel, you can buy your lightning lane and reserve your rides, 3 rides at the time, up to 7 days in advance. And once you do your first ride, then you're available to start to book another one, right? And if you are staying not on property for Disney, you can buy your lightning lanes 3 days in advance. So you might want to know, whether it's worth staying on property or not. So the parks that we're going to go to these 2 trips, I should say this first trip, I don't know which ones we're going to do the second trip, which is half the fun when somebody else is planning the trip for you and you get to go along and just have like a carefree time. I like that. I like both aspects of it. I like planning myself, but I also like to be surprised at, what is to come. So our plan, the trip I'm planning, is we'll get there Saturday. We're going to kind of relax, maybe hit up Disney Springs whenever we're free and settled in to do so. Then the next day, we're gonna go have lunch at Disney Springs and then come back to the hotel, relax, because after that it'll be our park days coming on the weekdays. So the first day we're doing Epcot, and there's a surprise for my dad about Epcot that maybe he knows or doesn't know, but I'm not gonna say it here. And it'll be the Food and Wine Festival, and I told you we're gonna go to San Angel Inn. So I'm really excited to try their food. I heard their margaritas will wreck you. I don't know about wreck you, but they're strong. That we're probably gonna do in the evening though. We're gonna do all day catching rides, doing snacks, snacks. I want to try a lot of everything, so I'm willing to share each snack I get, like even if it's just a bite I get out of it, so I could try as much as possible. We don't live as close to Disney as I'd like, so the annual pass definitely pays for itself after these 2 trips easily. However, it's like 5 to 6 hours to get to Disney, so when we go, it's not like we can just go on a whim. We have to plan it out far enough and stay there for a few days. A 2-day trip to Disney would just not be worth it for us. We need to probably stay a minimum of 4 days and have 3 park days for it to be worth us going there. So our first day, like I said, is Epcot. We're gonna do snacks, then do Santa Ana's Inn. That day we might not end up using a quick service credit because we might not need it with all the snacks that we can get everywhere. Some of these snacks that count, some of these, I should say, Food and Wine Festival foods count as a snack. So I'll get some examples of what does count and what I'm planning on probably trying and eating. So my idea is the first 2 days, I'm not gonna use my snack credits to build them up. And there's probably other days that I won't use snack credits. So if I go a little bit over, no big deal. Last time we were at Disney, I didn't try snacks at all. No, it's a lie. There was one evening that I did like a cake and something else. But we didn't do the dining plan that time. So yeah, out of like the 4 or 5 days we were there, we didn't do snacks. So this will be interesting and different. My goal is to make sure we use up all our credits though before we go. And Ezra gets to try stuff with us, so that's really fun to see what he likes and doesn't like. Then the next day we're thinking maybe Hollywood Studios. That wasn't really on our radar. Initially we were thinking we would just do Epcot and then skip a day and go to Magic Kingdom. But I'm thinking that next day we'll do Mickey's, Chef Mickey's, probably do our monorail crawl, then do dinner at the Steakhouse 71, and after that go to Hollywood Studios for the rest of the evening, probably until close. I've seen some videos where like if you're in the Toy Story area land, that it's kind of like glow in the dark looking, so I'm pretty stoked to do the evening there. Then the next day is Magic Kingdom Day, and at this point Disney is supposed to have all of their decorations for Christmas up. So I am very, very excited to see what the Christmas decoration looks like when we're there that night, or that day, sorry. We'll be there from day until night. We're also doing our evening at Tony's. This time I gotta get Ezra on the Dumbo ride. I remember going on the Dumbo ride as a kid. We did teacups with him last time. He was asleep though. It was late. So I really want to see him on all like the nostalgic childhood ones that I got to do. And I think there's a few snacks at Magic Kingdom I might want to try, but I don't really know. The quick service at Magic Kingdom, I think there was one that I saw that's like on my radar of something I want to eat, but I'm really gonna make a list and I will share that in another video. So yeah, Magic Kingdom's definitely gonna be a whole day from sun up to sundown basically that we're there until they close. It'll be really nice for Ezra to experience the fireworks. This is if he stays awake. He didn't stay awake last time. He slept through them actually. But for him to see it with my parents this time, it'll be cool. The first night we got to Disney last time in June, Ezra was just really tired and cranky, but he did get to see the fireworks with my mother-in-law, so that was super sweet. And then the next day, I believe we would go to Animal Kingdom, and it's a smaller park, so it doesn't take up like your whole day to see everything else. I don't even know that we're gonna see everything. I just want Ezra to see the animals. He loves animals. And I don't think there's anything we're considering dining at Animal Kingdom for. Oh, right, and that morning we're gonna do breakfast at Steakhouse 71. These are if I get all the reservations that I wanna get on time. So, that's, oh gosh. My hand kitchen towel fell and it scared me. So, yeah, we will do that breakfast at Steakhouse 71, check out Animal Kingdom for a bit, and then like the day's open to do whatever else we want. So we might go to see what Orlando has, what else is out there. Because I do want to see the scenery. If I could right now, if I had like endless funds, I would absolutely get an apartment that we could live in Orlando sometimes. And then live back here. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. My dream would be to own a few properties, even if they're just condos, probably throughout the East Coast. So I could stay wherever I want, when I want, and then rent it out like Airbnb when I'm not there. So that way it pays itself off. And I could just live like a semi-nomadic life. That would totally be my goal. Well, I should say it is my goal. One of them. And then our last day at Disney, we're gonna leave one to check out. So here are a couple more fun facts that I did not know until I experienced it last time at Disney and until I was just purchasing my not lightning lanes, I'm sorry, and my Pixie Pass, the annual pass. So when you stay on property, you can get in the park 30 minutes early. You can rope drop, but only if you're staying on Disney property. So that's really cool because you could get a bunch of rides in that you didn't, that you wouldn't really get the chance to do without getting lightning lane and having to wait a little bit. And a tip I heard, don't quote me on it, I'm gonna try it, maybe I'll try it, I'll let you know, is you should go all the way to the end of the park and then do like the last rides out there and then move forward, because what people are doing is what's in front of them first, and that's where the crowds will build up. So if you kind of want to beat the crowds on certain things, go the opposite flow of traffic, if that makes sense. So yeah, you can rope drop, but not all the time, but sometimes Disney does this, and you should look it up to see when it is that they'll have you can stay in the park like an hour or something later after close when you stay on property at select parks at certain times. So that is another great perk about staying on property. I think, yeah, you pay more money, but you get the most out of the Disney experience, especially with parks. So it's something to think about for if you have the option to stay on property. I recommend it. The next thing is the annual pass. So you could buy Memory Maker or you could buy each photo basically, but so last time we did the Memory Maker and it was like 185, I think, and we had to take unlimited photos during the trip. There's also another option to buy this photo pass, but it's like less, you don't get unlimited. I don't know if I would recommend that. I guess it depends on how many photos you plan on taking. I like to take a lot of photos of our trip, so we have memories and stuff like that. So that was cool to do it with not having an annual pass, paying the $185, because we were there for enough days that it made sense to do that. And you have to purchase it a certain amount of days before your trip, so that way it can be activated and work in time. If you buy it like once your trip starts, it's not going to be valid for that experience. So look at the details on that before you purchase. But having an annual pass, you can add on. So I think I paid, maybe it was $100 more, roughly, to have unlimited photo pass every time you go to the trip. Every time you go to Disney, have a Disney trip. So this first trip we're doing, I can go and take as many photos at all of the parks and at Disney Springs that I want. And then when I go back for our next trip, which is like 2 weeks later, I can do the same thing. I can take as many photos I want at whatever parks we go to. So I really love that. It gives us the opportunity to capture our memories together, especially while Ezra is really little. So this is like a really nice thing to be able to do. And I don't want to be constantly taking my phone out to take photos of ourselves or stop, pause, and do it. Like, you see someone in the green shirt with their camera, and that's it. Like, sometimes you'll see no line, sometimes you'll see a line at like really popular parts of the park, especially Magic Kingdom. Like, the walk down Main Street is insane. Like, if you go at the right time, there'll be no wait, but you can see like 10 people waiting sometimes. And every like 5 feet there's a photographer, so you can get your shot in front of the castle, and there's different positions to get it in front of. We got a few last time, but I'm really eager to get more, especially that I'm back at the gym now. I'm gonna lose some weight from the last time I was there, and I'll be dressed more comfortably. In June, I was not dressed the way I would prefer to dress because I couldn't have tan lines for the dress that I bought for my sister's wedding. So I was all in tube tops, and it did not feel comfortable right now with what I've got going on. My race is done. So excited about this. So those are some of the perks. I'm going to show you the rice real quick, and then I'm going to eat, and I will reconvene tomorrow. So ooh, let's see. Oh my gosh. Oh man, that smells so good and it looks so good. Now I'm gonna use a fork to fluff it so I don't end up making it mushy. Good. Turn it off. The texture looks on point. Also, Disney, make a Puerto Rican princess. That would be super cool. A lot of Puerto Ricans live in Orlando. Make a Puerto Rican princess. Bottom of the pan. It's okay. I was avoiding it. Wow. Obviously, I'm going to do a taste test, and then this will be my fork. That's the best I've ever made it. Wow. I'm impressed. It was worth all the effort. I guess it was worth cutting my finger too. So, I'm gonna go enjoy this. It's been a long day. Like and subscribe if you want to keep up to date on our travels with Disney and what we're up to. But I'm very excited to share more on the dining plan and what restaurants or what credits, what restaurants don't take credits, and all the details on that with you guys. So, have a good night. See you next time. Bye. Hi, Ezra. Look, this is Arroz con Gandules. Oh! You're gonna try it for the first time. Let Mama put it here on your tray. Careful, it might be warm. What do you think? They're different beans. You usually eat red beans or black beans. My abuela used to make this. And Grammy can make this too. Okay, it's his first time. It looks like he approves. Is that good? Yeah. You would have liked Abuela's a lot more. She made it really good, but this is pretty close.
Yay! So you're actually eating the rice first, not the beans today. Interesting. Is it good?